Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been some time since I have done a kind of a pickups video of comics, as I've been kind of reassessing what is going to stay in the comic collection and what I'll continue to look for. So I purposely have not really bought a lot of comics, at least old stuff, from shows or conventions or whatnot. I had a limited small haul from the Charlotte, or from the, the Heroes Comicon this summer, up in Charlotte. Nothing to write home about, so I didn't bother doing a video. But today, as of this recording, August 31st, 2024, was the very last Comic-Con, Rock Hill Comicon, put on by Dave and Rick, Dave Henson and Rick Fortenberry. And it's a little bittersweet. Rock Hill is right up the road, and used to live there. Known Dave for quite a long time, but I think there's some other stuff brewing that has, I think, made him maybe reassess his scheduling and whatnot. So he is letting this show go. Hopefully somebody else will pick it up and maybe keep it running, because it's a good little venue and it's just a good small, as Dave would say, vintage paper show. So I went ahead and dropped in this morning for a little bit and perused through some boxes. Typically I stick to the cheapo boxes, but this time I kind of looked in some of the Bronze and Silver Age boxes, because there were some deals to be had. And I found a couple of things to fill in some holes of some books or some titles that I haven't touched really in a while. So was kind of excited. First off, as you can see right here on the top of the stack, we've got Captain America 234, newsstand edition, $2, and it's not in tip-top shape, but it's good enough for me. I do not really care about grading or anything like that. I want my stuff to be in good shape, but it doesn't have to be immaculate. But very happy to pick this up, and a little bonus that also has Daredevil, two of the Marvel characters that I've decided to stick with and continue to build out their volume 1s. Next up, another Cap, 235. Got this from the same dealer for $2. Again, we've got Daredevil, so I'm assuming the story carries over. Sticking with Cap, 259. This one was bagged. I started to take them all out of the bag and board because I always rebag my stuff, but I stopped myself because I forgot I was going to do the video. 259, battling Doc Ock, so looking forward to reading these. 272, and basically these now are, especially 259 and 272, these are really filling in holes. I didn't have some of the earlier to the first two. I didn't go back that far, but for $2 I couldn't pass those up. These I got a little less than $2 because I bought a few from the same seller. Daredevil 222. This is actually, I think this is a condition upgrade for me. I have this one, but I believe this is a condition upgrade for me based on the notes that I had. Really surprised I didn't pick up more Daredevil, but most of what I found I already had, or I didn't like the condition. G.I. Joe Special Missions 15. I do have the new collections of G.I. Joe coming, so I'm not going too crazy with back issues of the Marvel G.I. Joe, but again, this one I believe was $1. Some of the last books I picked up today were some Ghost Rider, issue 19, issue 35. It's a cool cover. Issue 57, Salvador LaRocca art. Ghost Rider and Blaze, Spirits of Vengeance. Almost done with this run. We got issue 14, issue 19, and issue 21. I think it went to 24, if memory serves me correct. And then, interesting enough, I found a nice run of Khazar the Savage. This is his, actually, I think this is his third series, third volume from early 80s, 81, 82. Maybe the last Rock Hill Comicon or the one before, I can't remember. I found a big run of Khazar in dollar bins. And if I can find huge runs of relatively small series, it's really tempting to pick them up. But it was a lot of the stuff at the end of the run. So I've found historically the books at the end of the run are harder to find than at the beginning of a run due to sales and print runs and stuff like that. So with Khazar, I've been kind of going backwards, starting with the early issues, trying to complete the set as I have everything at the end. So I was very happy. I'm only missing 2 books now of this entire run. So first of all, we got issue 4, issue 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, and I just realized that is let's see. Okay, well, these have the UK pricing, but I can't remember if that was standard at the time. So yeah, only 2 issues away from completing that run of Khazar. Next up, I picked up a few Marvel 2-in-1s. Not something that's usually on my radar, but again, looking through the Bronze and Silver Age stuff, I kind of ran across some of these. So we got to issue 80 with Ghost Rider. So that's a kind of a no-brainer for me. And issue 85 was Spider-Woman, another character that I enjoy reading. And the last booth I went to, he had somewhat recent new books, and they were, I think, $1.50. Vengeance of Moon Knight was a title that I originally did not pick up. I picked up the first issue at Heroes Con, but I really didn't have anything else until the recent story that crossed a big summer crossover with Marvel, the vampire story. Escapes me at the moment. So I've been going back, and now I think I only need issues 3 and 4, and I'll be caught up on this one. But after I realized, or I found out who this new Moon Knight is, it has me even more intrigued. I'm a little behind on my reading of this title, but very intrigued by that. Found a variant cover. They did have the regular cover as well, but I kind of dug this one. And then somehow I missed, when I placed my DCBS order for Thundercats, I missed ordering issue 2. Did not want to resort to paying eBay prices. Found it, this one in the $1.50 box, and it's like a funky, like hot pink Dayglow variant. It's like the CLZ Comics app has it labeled as issue 2N because there were so many darn variants, which I found tons of, but I settled on that one for number 2. So that gets me caught up on Thundercats. And even though it was a comic show, I did run across, I believe his name is Chris. He goes by Beardy Weirdy, and he had at his table a couple of games, and I love my games, especially NES. That's the library that I'm currently working on. And The first one that caught my attention was Dr. Mario. And I was going to pass on it. I looked it up. I felt like the price was a little too high, but then I flipped it over. He actually had it in one of these old blue cases. So I flipped the case over and I noticed it also had the manual. So I believe it was $10. So I went ahead and grabbed that. Manuals are getting harder and harder to find for NES games, and some of them are getting expensive. Then he told me, he's like, well, come around the corner. I got some $5 games as well. So I started looking there, and I see, again, in a blue case, just like Dr. Mario, he had WWF WrestleMania. I'm a pretty big wrestling fan. And it also had the manual, $5. No, it's not the greatest game, but I believe we rented this one weekend, me and my older brother, and played with it. So, you know, for $5 with the manual, okay, I'll take it. Some loose carts that also were on that table. The original Dragon Warrior. I'm not the biggest RPG fan, though certain franchises or certain games do catch my attention a little more. I do remember playing Dragon Warrior back in the day. I had the big spread in Nintendo Power. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that. And then just to kind of round out the purchase, I got MTV remote control. Most kids nowadays probably don't even know what this show was, or never even heard of it, but it's a pretty much a useless TV trivia game. I do not know how it translated to the NES, but I needed it to kind of round it out. And the last thing I picked up, which almost got for free, was Croc 2 on the Game Boy Color. So yeah, once he saw that I already had a couple other ones, basically those were super cheap, and made it a nice round number for the stack of games. So that was that's it. I was only there for about an hour and a half, but you know, it was a fun show. Like I said, it'd be sad to see it go away, but nonetheless, a pleasant start to my Saturday. So that's it for this one. Don't know when the next video will launch, but there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. You have a great one.